happy to include that when I talk about it. Alright, welcome back to ZimDog, and we are still playing Portal Knights, still streaming Portal Knights, and still finding little clips to send over to YouTube to go out into the desert and die in the wilderness. But I did want to talk briefly about how to make a Paladin class in Portal Knights. So Root Bear is one of the folks who's been in my stream lately, and he's one actually gave me this idea. So I've always played Paladins, and MMOs have typically been like the first choice that I've gone with. And so in Portal Knights, you only have 3 class options, none of which technically are a Paladin. And so the way to kind of do this, the idea at least, is to make a warrior, which is one of the 3 classes. And you see here we're a level 2 warrior. We've just started this character. And typically, if you're playing a warrior in this game, the game is going to sort of lead you, give you the hints that, hey, you need to put it in Constitution and Strength. Give you more health and let you do more damage with your melee. And I suppose if you're getting a little bit more specific, you could say, well, the more Strength you do, the more you're like a DPS warrior, right? The more Constitution you do, the more you're tanky, basically, if you're coming from an MMO world kind of mindset, which I play a lot of MMOs, so that's kind of how I think about these things. However, if we're wanting to build a Paladin, we're going to have to sacrifice a little bit of our Constitution and Strength, and we're going to have to put it in Wisdom and Intellect, because the idea is we want to be able to use spells more efficiently so that we can have that self-heal, or any number of different spells we may decide to tailor our specific Paladin towards. So for now, as we're leveling them, this is what we're going to be doing. And if you don't know the basics of Portal Knights, we did create an earlier video going over some of the basics. We're going to have some more videos coming, but I'm not going to repeat all that now, but this is basically the character class panel. When you go to the top, you can click on all these panels. This is the character class one. As you level, you get more points to spend, both in attributes, and the way they do talents is every 5 levels. Well, you get one at 2, and then at 5, and then after that, every 5 levels, all the way to 30. You get these choices. Unfortunately, the talent choices you make over here aren't going to have as much Paladin flavor, because it's really just meant to be a warrior. We're kind of forcing it into this, but I still think you can do some pretty cool things with it. So for now, we're going to choose, in terms of talents, it doesn't really matter. I mean, yeah, once we can make a nice hammer, maybe we'll do the hammer specialization, because we are a Paladin after all. But for right now, we're going to do sword specialization, because that's all we have is a sword, because we're low level. And whatever specialization you do, you're just increasing the damage you do with that type of weapon. And I'm actually just looking at a note. Root Beer is saying for him, the way he has been building his is in terms of the attributes. He's doing Constitution, Wisdom, and then Strength in that order. And I assume he's just going 1, 2, 3 every time he gets 3 attribute points, and he's maybe putting 1 in each one. And I was actually thinking about trying to add intelligence into the mix as well. The advantage of doing more wisdom and not worrying about intelligence is going to be that this increases your mana pool. And if you don't have a large mana pool, these spells that you're going to use, like a healing spell or whatnot, uses so much mana that it'll be tough. So we will go ahead and do Constitution, Strength, and then we'll start off with 1 in Wisdom. But next time I level, I will probably go, I'll probably include Intelligence. So maybe we'll do Constitution, Wisdom, Intelligence. And then the next time, Constitution, Strength, Intelligence, whatever. We'll rotate through them, and we'll just kind of see how it goes. It may be better to stay away from Intelligence, but I'm thinking if this does increase the power of your spell, although maybe I need to look into this. If this is only increasing damage of spells, but I would assume that Intelligence, even though it doesn't list it in this tooltip, is going to make your healing spell do more healing as well. So we'll get more into it. This is kind of the intro video into this idea. We'll come back a few levels later and actually see how the build is coming together. But again, this is building a Paladin, creating a Paladin out of your warrior in Portal Knights. And so that's going to be the plan. And we will check back a little later and update you on how it's doing. Thanks for watching.